It was an action-packed 4 days across the four Scottish leagues, and today on Fog Football we're here to review Match Day 1. Welcome back. It's Tuesday morning, European football this midweek, and then we're straight back into the deep end next weekend. But it's time to review the action.
Yeah, the football is coming thick and fast. Games everywhere, televised games everywhere. What a time to be a fan of Scottish football and follow Scottish football in Europe.
Absolutely, but there's not many televised games down in League 2, so let's start with these bad boys. Bonnyrigg 0, Peterhead 1. Not many people seen this coming, to be honest, did they?
No, I went with Bonnyrigg to win. Turned out to not be true. Peterhead with victory opening day of the season. Ben Armour, late goal, 91st minute. Angus Mallour, centre-half, 96th minute. Bad result for Bonnyrigg. Attendance is pretty poor, in my opinion, for the opening round of the season.
Up
but
next, even worse.
It is. You know what, though? Fair play. Edinburgh City only lost by 2-1, and they were actually winning there. And I mean, who knows? Everyone's kind of predicted Edinburgh City to go down and finish well adrift at the bottom. A win would have been really great for them to kick off the season, get 3 points on the board. Hell, even a draw would have been good. But after conceding in the 86th and 90th minute, they got neither. They got neither the win nor the draw. They got the defeat. And disappointing start for Edinburgh City. Up next we have Elgin City 4, East Fife 2. 6 goals, can't complain. I predicted a draw in this. I got it wrong. But yeah, goals, cards, looked like a pretty decent game of football. Plus, so far, the highest attendance in League 2. So yeah, looks like a lot went down.
Oh, and the attendance gets smoked by 8 people as the worst game so far takes place with 0-0 at the Alpha Project Stadium at Station Park.
Yeah, what can you say? 4-0, Clyde 0, not really too much there to talk about. Stranraer, though. Stranraer, the boys in Stranraer got a 2-2 draw with the Spartans. Threw away a 2-0 lead, though. Spartans coming back late on with a Paul Watson brace, securing the point for the Spartans. And staying unbeaten after the first round of fixtures.
Into League 1, we've got a 0-0. Alloa Athletic 0, Queen of the South. There was a lot of 0-0s.
Yeah, a lot of boring 0-0s around the grounds this week. Hopefully not a sign of things to come. But the Indodrill Stadium not really delivering a good game of football. No cards either. Just a nothing game, really.
Ryan Lee.
Did it even happen? Did it even exist?
Did it even exist? Cove Rangers 1 and Athletic. This existed 452 people at the game. 3-1. Right. What is up with the attendances? It's like you moved to League 1, there's not even an increase.
We're going down.
We're going down.
Yeah, 3-1 and Athletic. Didn't see that coming.
There we go. 1,439. Decent number for Inverness.
Yeah, that is more like it. Danny Define got Inverness leading the game in front, but Carlo Piganatelio scored the equaliser for Dumbarton. They did have a man sent off, Mohamed Nang, but they held on for the last 11 minutes and they managed to get a draw out of Inverness Caledonian Thistle. Not a bad result considering they did play the last 11 minutes with 10 men. Montrose 1, Kelty Hearts 1. Again, seems like there was a shitload of draws this weekend. And then in the final game, Stenhouse Muir 2, Arbroath 1 at the Ochiltree Park.
Ochiltree Park there for Stenhouse Muir, and that was it for League 1. League 1's looking quite poor this year, isn't it? No Dunfermline, no Falkirk.
No Airdrieonians, no Hamilton.
Right, up next, Airdrie 1-0. He's away.
Ian Murray sacked after this defeat. What the hell went wrong? I've got to imagine there is an internal beef somewhere because surely they didn't fire Ian Murray because he lost the opening game of the season narrowly to Airdrie. I was going to say Airdrie United, just Airdrieonians, Airdrie. Dylan McDonald with the goal. That was enough to see off Raith Rovers, and I don't think this is a good decision. Raith Rovers want to challenge, they want to compete, they want to try and win the league title. If they weren't sure on Ian Murray, then probably they should have done something about it at the start of the season, not when you're one game in. So yeah, very strange call for Raith Rovers. It'll be interesting to see who they get to replace him. But that's a pretty decent job, I think. Raith Rovers are a club that have spent money in the past season or two, and they do have ambition of getting into the top of the Scottish pyramid. So I think this is a job that could attract some decent names, and I think they might need a decent name if they're going to be in the fight to take them up this season, because not off to a great start, losing the stability, losing their manager Ian Murray, who's done really well for them. It's going to be interesting to see how they respond to this.
Absolutely. Don't really understand why they've sacked him. I've seen a bunch of different reasons on our comments section, but I'm not going to believe any of them.
Well, what's a bunch of different reasons? I've pretty much seen the same one.
What's your reason?
He had a fallout with the players and the board.
Oh, I've seen something about sniffing seats in McDonald's and all that stuff.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's the fucking reason.
Yeah, well, that's why I didn't really want to go into it. I'm just saying our comment section's a wild, crazy place. Anyway, Hamilton 0, Ayr United 2. What about this bad boy? George Stanger, what a name that is, and Anton Dowds.
Well, maybe Ian Murray should have turned up this game because there was quite a lot of fucking seats to be sniffed. 1,468 had arse cheeks planted to them, so yeah.
Well, hold on, he had a pretty fucking similar number at his own game to sniff, did he not?
Maybe he sniffed them on. He needs more to sniff. So there you go. Ayr United 2, Hamilton 1. Hamilton 0, even just giving Hamilton a fake goal there. I predicted Ayr to win, and they did win. So good start to Ayr United.
Home of the Sniffing Seats Arena. Setfair, 2-0 Livy and Hamilton 0, brother.
Scott Pittman, Stephen Kelly. I think Pittman's a player that I'm a little bit surprised Livy still have. I thought he's someone that would have tried to jump ship and maybe get moved to like a St Johnstone or a County.
Based off the three names that have appeared there, it looks like they've got the exact same team, Livy.
No, they've managed to keep three of their...
Is it because their team was getting paid peanuts anyway? It's like going down to the Championship's not really going to affect them in that regard?
Could be. Maybe there's just no suitors for these three players. But, have we underrated Livy? They should be favourites, I think. Well, I don't understand this, right? Livy have done well in the Premiership for 6 seasons. You have came out and said that you would fancy Livy to win at home against Real Madrid in a Champions League tie. And you've came out and said this numerous times and you fucking meant it. Now all of a sudden, you don't think Livy with Davy Martindale in the same Tony Macaroni Stadium,
it's actually
minus a name change, are somehow good enough to win the Championship?
Hold on, right? When I said this, it was a good few years ago, and it was when the old firm would go to the Tony Macaroni and they would get scudded. Joel Newbley would turn into Thierry Henry and he would send fucking Shane Duffy back to
That was more the Lyndon Dykes days, to be honest. The Joel Newbley days were when Livy...
You know what I mean?
I think you're talking crap, but I'm glad you admit it that you actually came out and made those comments. There you go.
It was a bit tongue-in-cheek, but I half meant it.
Sticking to your guns, I see.
You know what? There's more chance of Livy beating Real Madrid at the Tony Macaroni than them ever being a part of Edinburgh, so fucking reel that one in to your locker. Anyway, another 0-0 there. Highest attended game.
You do know NFL teams transition, they just move.
That's NFL.
They relocate.
Livy don't need to relocate according to you.
Anyway, up next, Partick 0, Greenock Morton 0. Disappointing for Partick, I think. Good attendance, but they should be looking to beat Greenock Morton.
Yeah, I think it's disappointing, to be honest. And then Falkirk win.
But here, Partick made the playoff finals. The Partick have done well, it's like they keep getting close. Can they finally get promoted this year?
We'll have to wait and see. Falkirk, though, can they go straight up? I think they could, but they won't. They could, but they won't.
I don't think they'll win the league, but I think they could be looking at a playoff.
It's the highest attended game so far, 5,505 people. And as we go into the Premiership, how many games in the Premiership will beat 5,500? Let's see. Well, we've got the first game, which the attendance number ain't in. They labelled it as a sellout. It wasn't a sellout. Aberdeen 1-2-1 though.
Yeah, Aberdeen 1-2-1. If you want to hear more thoughts, I guess go and talk about go and watch the match review. Even go and talk about.
Go take a flying focus to yourself.
Go and take one of them. But Aberdeen 2-1 win. It's a win, but in the end it was a bit shaky, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like if the goal never goes in for St Johnstone, I'd be giving them a bit more praise, Aberdeen, but their arse nearly collapsed, didn't it?
Yeah, we could very easily be sitting here going Aberdeen 2-0 lead and they threw it away because, at the end they did look shaky. It's a win, but it wasn't an impressive performance. In my opinion, it was a decent performance and I think they were the better side and I think they deserved to win, but just at the end, they're just sitting back, getting pummeled by St Johnstone, pushed back by St Johnstone.
Yeah.
Doesn't give me much hope this Aberdeen team's going to do something.
Up next, we've got Celtic, 58,712, 4-0 against Killie. And as you think of it, right, see since 2012, how many of the years have Celtic known they're going to win the league title?
Fuck.
Pretty much every
I'd say
year.
probably. I'd say probably every year, apart from the year they brought Ange Postecoglou in.
Really?
Aye.
No, even when they were on 9, man, there was a lot of people fearing that Lennon season. Even if they didn't want to admit it.
All right. I would say that since Rangers went down, the only season Celtic haven't been favourites for the title is the year Ange Postecoglou came in.
No, I agree, but I mean more like the league was guaranteed, and before you go, nothing's guaranteed. I mean, Paddy Power's actually paid them out for the league.
Have they actually?
Yeah.
Mad bastards. Have they actually?
Well, that's what he said on Twitter.
Fuck. I know, but it could be talking shite.
Talking shite. May, July, August, it's over.
I did say to you we had a spare 20 grand, stick it on Celtic a couple weeks ago. Imagine that, and Paddy Powers just handed you 10 grand because they're 1-2.
If I had a spare 20 grand, it'd be going towards fucking the Lawrence Shankland transfer. But,
I would just be getting into some Rangers executive pockets. Who are you trying to kid?
I know. Am I trying to kid? Anyway, they won 4-0.
Keep it in your own pocket. Yeah, good performance. We gave Rio Hatati man of the match.
Do your pockets weigh a lot when
Yep.
you get 20 grand in them?
You know what? It was 4-0, but it really could have been more.
Could have been.
So, yeah, Kilmarnock.
No, I think the scary thing is, I thought Celtic were great, but I think they were better against City and Chelsea. There's still a few more levels to go up.
Yeah, definitely.
So
yeah,
beware.
Celtic 4, Kilmarnock 0. Hopefully Kilmarnock can bounce back for their European games
it's just shite though, isn't it? We all want a competitive league. Obviously, you want your own teams to win, but it is over, man. I'm sick.
Yeah, it is a competitive league, just not for the first place spot.
No.
Right, up next, we've got St Mirren defeating Hibernian by 3 goals to 0. I mean, it was 0-0 at half time, and I was thinking, you know what, we're going to get another boring 0-0 draw.
It was looking like 3 0-0s in a row.
But that just didn't pan out in second half. St Mirren just completely turned things around, and they destroyed Hibs, embarrassed Hibs. And you could say the game was pretty even, but I mean, who cares? Hibs lost 3. They lost 3-0. The scoreline was St Mirren 3, Hibernian 0. And I know that David Gray came out and he talked about there was only slight things in the game that went wrong, and there was a couple of decisions here and a couple of moments there, and had they not happened, it would have been a different game. But they did happen. You lost 3-0. 3-0.
Yeah.
It's pretty damn poor.
It is poor.
And I tell you what, man, I think I predicted we predicted Hibs to finish 8th. I don't see them doing much better than that.
I think the difference is with Hibs, though, they will sack Davy Gray before it gets too bad, and then the bounce will just get them back up to like 8th, won't they?
Probably.
But then, you know, we've seen Hearts go down in recent years.
That was always fair, either a points deduction or some shady fucking
Referee.
end the season early because there's a cold hanging about. So screw that
You're
shit.
cold hanging about anyway. This will heat you up. Dundee Derby. What a game.
Fantastic. Best game of the weekend. Finished 2-2, in my opinion. That was the fair result. Trabanovsky and Miller Thompson for Dundee United. Palmer Holden, Luke McGowan for Dundee. Looking forward to seeing the Dundee Derby back. And again, that attendance there, 12,616.
I want to see that maintained, Dundee United. Can you accept the challenge?
I mean, I don't think they're going to maintain that number when they're playing the likes of St Johnstone and Ross County. When it's a Dundee Derby, when they're taking on, you know, the big team, especially if they have a good season. I mean, if Dundee United are pushing for top 6, then yeah, that number will probably stay around there. But if they're poor and they're kind of hanging around in 10th and 9th and not really doing much, then unfortunately people are just not going to come out. We've seen the numbers. If you have a good season, you get more fans. The fans more likely will turn up. That's just how it kind of works, isn't it?
That's just, and it was Flag Day, which I think's weird, by the way. I don't understand the Championship team getting a guard of honour, especially by their rivals. That's just weird.
Fair play for Dundee doing it though, because I know some clubs wouldn't do it. So
Yeah, aye. But could you imagine, like, Rangers or Celtic? Well, I mean, more often than not, well, I mean, I say more often, not one of those two be whipping out their own flag. Celtic be whipping out their own flag. But
first of all, they would never do the Old Firm on the opening day of the season.
no, I don't mean the Old Firm. I'm talking about, would Rangers do a guard of honour for Dundee United win the Championship? Not a fucking chance.
Shouldn't they though?
No, and this isn't a Rangers thing, and, you know, having, we're Rangers. I just don't think the Championship team should get a guard of honour. Like, you've won a lower fucking league. You know what I mean?
Do you think that's something they should get maybe in the last game of the Championship from a fellow Championship club if
Well,
they've
I think they
already
do get
wrapped
it.
up?
Sure, they got it last season before they even won the league. Airdrie gave them it.
But you think
remember that?
Yeah, so you think because they're coming up a division and it's no longer the championship, like why can you yeah, I mean I get what you're saying.
I think it's just a bit poor.
Like would Man City give fucking like Southampton or whatever? Aye, would they give them a guard of honour?
Aye, no, I don't think it doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, great game, good attendance. Right, somebody said, why don't you talk about this game? You're talking about the other 0-0. I'll tell you why I'm not talking about this game.
It's
right?
fucking dreadful. What do you want to talk about?
No one cares. The reality is,
Motherwell nil, Ross County nil.
Hearts are a bigger club than both teams in this game. Rangers are obviously a bigger club than both teams in this game. Rangers drawn out the 4 teams is the biggest takeaway for Saturday.
Yeah, plus this was by far the lowest attendance of the week. From the top flight games.
Yeah.
So
it's a dead game.
Yeah, dead game. 2 dead teams. I think Motherwell's going to struggle this season. Haven't really replaced the players.
Let's be honest. The only relevance this game has got this entire weekend is us talking about it right now. So let's just move on. As we've got Hearts against Rangers. Again, I feel like I've talked about this for about 10 hours.
Yeah, probably made too many fids on it, or at least made enough not to talk about it anymore. 0-0 draw. I think that Hearts edged the game, but did they do enough to win? I'm not convinced. I think a draw was probably fair, but if you couldn't have draws and you had to give a team the win, if it was like a boxing match with no draw available and you had to, give somebody the win on points, and I do think Hearts were the better side, but for me, never created enough good chances.
Yeah.
I mean, they just didn't.
I just seen 2 teams that were awful in pre-season pretty much replicate it against each other.
Yeah, no, I don't think Hearts were awful
in pre-season.
No, in this game you said replicate. That means they'd be awful in this.
Yeah, but
nothing. You said 2 teams that were awful in pre-season replicate it. I don't think Hearts were awful in this game.
Well, I thought Rangers were. Defensively, they were fucking shocking.
Well, you're entitled to think that.
Actually, I'm not saying Hearts were awful, but Hearts were quite bad in front of goal. Rangers were there for the taking, especially in that first half.
I don't think Hearts created enough. 18 shots, and I mean, the best they got for Hearts was probably like the first 10 minutes.
No, you're probably right.
Rangers had the better chances. I think Rangers came closer to scoring than Hearts did.
No, they did. I think Hearts got in a lot of good positions. Down the flanks, down the middle, but they just didn't really make it count.
See, that's why I think it was a fair result, because Hearts had double the amount of chances Rangers did, but to me, Rangers had the better chances and Rangers came closer to scoring than Hearts did.
When does that happen? Like, someone having double the amount of chances of Rangers? Like, it's just an awful Rangers team at the minute, man.
You wouldn't even really see that in an Old Firm game, wouldn't you? Know?
Well, you would recently, but
but that's the only one you'd expect to see it in.
Aye.
It's very rare you would see Celtic or Rangers have double the amount of shots against them from a team in the Scottish Premiership. That's what happened here. Anyway, Hearts couldn't take advantage of those shots. 18 of them, none hit the back of the net. So yeah, disappointing.
Does this draw rule out both teams' title chances?
No, but I mean, it gives Celtic a wee head start, doesn't it? So
a wee head start, guys. Anyway, till next time. Peace.